Pleasure to meet all of you. Glad that you came to this little introduction to our Scrappies project. I am a researcher at the University of Jyväskylä in Finland at the Finnish Institute for Educational Research. So I'm going to share with you today presentation, and then I will also show you the actual snaps or the lesson plans or lesson activities. Okay, so just shortly about our research group. It's called Innovative Learning Environments, and we have different research and educational development projects going at all times. Here you can see some of the names of the projects, and today I'm going to talk a little bit more about this Scrappies project. So, this Scrappies project, it's about enhancing the creativity and sustainable attitudes of children through play and recycled materials. This is a European Union funded project. We have received funding for 3 years to develop certain materials for improving educational sustainability issues. We have a teacher handbook coming up. We have a toolkit with some different tools for teachers to use in their schools. We did a teacher training, and we are also doing this kind of a training that I'm giving to you now. And then we have webinars. So the materials that we have developed are mainly focused on primary education, but many of the tips and tricks and materials for teachers that we have developed can also be used in secondary education with no problem. Partnered in this project with the Polish partner Kratosfera Foundation and the Hungarian partner Rogers Foundation. Here you can see some of the webinar titles we had, and there are 3 more that you can find on our YouTube channel. So here are some photos from the teacher training, one of them that we have done. This is workshop where we had some teachers invited to this event, and we used these materials that you can see on the ground on the left to build something like the students would do in class. All of the materials will also be added to an online book, which has also so much more for teachers and schools and also local policymakers. Okay, so now I'm going to get into the snaps. So these are the main material packages for the teachers to use with their class. The snap is a short package of 1 or 2 pages. It has 6 or 5 different sections that you can use in your class, and you can either use the activities, all of them, in order, or you can mix and match or take 1 or 2 or do whatever you want with them. So you don't need to do them in order or anything. On the right here, you can see a sample of or an example of what a snap would look like. So the teacher will get this snap paper. The snap structure, what kind of things we have in each snap is the first we have this warm-up icebreaker thing. So this is to introduce the students and the class to the topic. So for example, here on this slide, we have rainforests as the main topic. So if we are hosting a lesson or 2 or even 3 sometimes, so the warm-up or icebreaker activity has some light activity to get the students interested. Then we have these 2 things which are similar. So the number 2 is questions for children. I only put 1 question because otherwise it wouldn't have fit here. But you will have some questions that you can ask or the class can think together about. And so the snaps are designed to be short, but you can think of more questions if you want as a teacher, or if you feel like you want to have a certain topic be more present in the classroom, or you want to highlight some topic, you can always like add some, but this is for inspiration. And then the third, interesting facts. So there's this did you know that part where we have provided some little bits of knowledge about the topic that maybe not everyone knows. And then we get to the main point, let's say biggest task in each snap. So all the snaps have a creative task. And the creative task is designed to utilize scrap materials or recyclable materials or something that nobody is going to use anymore. Using materials that children can bring from home or you can find in the school, and then combining them a little bit with maybe some scissors or tape or something like that. Even if you have paint, sometimes you could use. So creativity is the limit here. You can use all kinds of materials, like anything you can find, basically, like even rocks or sticks or leaves from the outside if someone wants. So all the snaps have this creative task, and then also the snap tells you what kinds of things maybe you could use for that creative task. But as I just said, you can use anything. And so to connect this material to learning curricula, we have also at the end of each snap written out some topics of these transversal competencies or skills that are very big in Finland. The Finnish curriculum kind of centers around these transversal competencies. So it means that when we are teaching some subject, there are also these skills that overlap everything. So something like communication skills or sustainability knowledge, for example. So these are transversal skills. So these snaps are designed to develop these skills. We have here a little video. Uh, you can see maybe couple of images that like what kinds of things people were building at this SDG 4 event that we ran a year ago. This one was made from my old shoe and some strings and old bottle and some toilet paper roll and with scissors and stuff like that. This one was a seminar that we hosted for adults, so educational specialists. So normally you would do this snap with young students, but the task that what these people were doing in this seminar was to build a solution to a educational futuristic problem. So, for example, these people came up with the idea that they built this shoe thing, and they are explaining that the shoe is simulating the rich people, and the toilet roll is the poor people underneath, and that this is kind of like a satiristic image of society that they are connected, the rich and the poor. So this was an idea that why don't we work
Pulang mo na
together
rumah.
because we are connected. I'll give you another example here. These people made an AI kind of art that this bigger bottle with water represents AI, and then they poured some of the water into this smaller cup. Here you can see the AI, and the idea was that we all need to use the artificial intelligence tools, but if you are using them too much, then it can overflow or you can become more stupid. So I hope this kind of helps you to see a little bit about like what kinds of creative things you can do with the snaps. So the students will create some art from these scrap materials. Sometimes when the children are creating something, I think they are can be very eager to share what their vision is and what they created, so that they can be proud about what they made. So I think it's a good idea to have some kind of an interactive presentation about their art, or at least that the other people can go and admire the everyone's works. This one is, for example, a snap that we made about ice cream. So the topic can be anything, and I think it's important that the topic is fun to the children and like exciting. If you're thinking about where to put or when to use the snaps as a teacher, it can be a good time to use a snap when you are moving from another topic to another one. So some kind of a break between topics when you're teaching something, or if you have time for like a small project with the students. So some kind of art project or something, or maybe before some holidays as like lighter activities, it can be fun. So different slots are very like suitable for this. And I want to add also to this part that sometimes we get feedback from Finnish teachers that they think that how is this topic, for example, related to our curriculum, or why would we do this with the kids? But it all comes back to the all the competencies. So all of the snaps that you do or all these like projects, they develop many very important skills since like very young for the kids. Like for example, group work, creativity, and problem solving skills, and so on. So I went already through the main areas of the snaps, but here you can see, for example, what could be in each of the categories. So in the icebreaker here in the ice cream theme thing, the students will try to create a really tall ice cream cone, and they race to do it. We have the questions, like I said, and then we have some nice art, and then usually there is one or two. Did you know that small information things? Let's see what the creative task for this one is. So here you can see the creative task and the materials that could be useful. And also you can use any other materials as you want. And then also we have listed here some learning outcomes, what kinds of things this one, for example, especially develops. In this one, they will create their own ice cream sundaes or ice cream portions from this random materials, and then if they work in small groups, it doesn't say here how many people, but usually it's can be like 3 or even 5 people. Using these materials, they will work together to build some kind of a ice cream thing with the toppings and everything. And then at the end, it's nice if you can have some kind of a small area in the school. Like let's say sometimes you have some space in hallways or just space in the classroom for a little bit of a showcase, so you can just put the little art that the students did, and then the students can tell or present what they made, and they can write like a little bit like, for example, this is an ice cream portion with strawberry and I don't know, like the licorice, like the Finnish people love. So that's the ice cream snap, and they all have the more or less the same structure. So it's like a two-page thing, and you have all of these different parts. It's wonderful to be able to share with you and with everyone who wants to try out these things. Nice to be able to share them. And I hope that they are motivating and fun for the both the teacher and the students. I certainly had fun trying to come up with the ideas for some of the snaps that we have. This is all from me. I thank you all so much for your attention, and I'm so happy to see so many of you here, and I was so delighted to share all of this.